Global happenings today. We communicate, we analyze global news. Stay tuned.
Hello, good people. Welcome back to Global Happenings today. As PDP is undergoing strangulation in the hands of those we may call political desperado, the Board of Trustees, which is a very key organ, internal organ in People Democratic Party, has decided to speak up concerning the court judgment over the vacation of Samuel Anyanwu as the National Secretary of the People Democratic Party. Don't forget that up till today, Anyanwu is still very insistent that he cannot quit the office, considering the fact that he had appealed the case in Supreme Court. But then a lot of decisions are meant to be made, and the BOT #1 man has decided to get involved in this case to see how PDP can be helped. Now, according to the Newsday, Board of Trustees of the People Democratic Party, PDP, has insisted on compliance with the judgment of the appeal court on the National Secretary position. BOT Chairman Senator Adolphus Nwabara emphasized in a telephone interview with Sunday newspaper on Sunday that the PDP, as a law-abiding party, cannot afford to disregard the appellate court's decision. It has been reported that the Court of Appeal in Nugu Division upheld the nomination of former PDP National Youth Leader Sunday Udeokoye as a party National Secretary replacement for Senator Samuel Anyanwu on December 20th. 2024. The ruling followed two separate appeals affirming Udeokoye's appointment, which was made by the PDP Southeast chapter after Anyanwu emerged as the party's governorship candidate for the 2023 Imo State elections. Despite the court decision, Anyanwu has maintained his claim to the office, citing his appeal of the judgment and filing for a stay of execution. Nwabara called on all organs, including the National Working Committee, to comply with the court ruling. He stressed the importance of respecting the judiciary to uphold rule of law within the party. In his word, he said the judiciary is the last hope of the citizenry. Whatever judgment, whether good or bad, it is the law. Once the judgment is given, it is the law and it has to be respected. When you don't respect the judgment of the court, then you are heading for anarchy. Therefore, I appeal to members of the National Working Committee that they must obey the appeal court judgment, particularly as I was told recently that they were appeal court cases, one from Anyanwu and the other one from the side of Udeokoye. The court captured the two appeal and delivered a judgment. Nobody should disobey that judgment. PDP is known to be very law-abiding. Every judgment from the court is a law. After the appeal court, you can still go ahead to the Supreme Court. And when the Supreme Court judgment comes, that would be it. But for now, the appeal court judgment subsists and should be obeyed by the National Working Committee and BOT. All the organs of the party must obey that judgment, pending when there is a contrary judgment. However, further added that that judgment was declaratory and you can't stand a declaratory judgment. You can challenge it, but you can't disobey declaratory judgment by saying that because you have filed or you are about to file, you are about to challenge that declaratory judgment in the higher court, in this case the Supreme Court, that is equivalent to stay of execution. This is really interesting. More clarity is coming in here. My colleague is in the house and we want to talk about this. This is one thing that is very needful at a time like this. Nwabara has been able to point out the reason why the Court of Appeal judgment must be upheld, considering the fact that it came from two sides, which means the court from the higher court, as federal state high court or federal high court, came from, or when the federal high court gave their judgment, both Ude and Samuel Anyanwu appeal the case. And when they appeal the case, interestingly, the two cases were merged into one, and there was a judgment given which was in favor of Udeokoye. And being a declaratory judgment, it is expected that obedience come first as we await what will be the outcome of the case in the Supreme Court. And this has helped to correct a lot of opinions out there. What's your standpoint on all of this?
All right. The truth be told, Nwabara is saying it the way it is, because if he doesn't intervene, it will probably go down to a level where it will be anarchy that's staring out. Don't also forget that it has gotten to a level where everyone decides the courts they would follow and the interpretation that favors them. And it's literally telling them, look, that attitude of selecting which court to obey or court injunction to obey and is not PDP. They should, follow the rule of law and all. Just fairly recently, check our playlist, you get to hear that Samuel Anyanwu is already saying that he has gone to get stay of execution and he's also appealing it in Supreme Court. But he's now saying, look, as it is right now, obey what the court says. But let's tell ourselves the truth. Already Damagom, already Samuel Anyanwu and the Wiki have already moved on. They're looking at the other part. And all of this is the reason why you are seeing Adolphus Wabara coming into play very quickly is because, one, there will be a meeting soon. And this meeting has been shifted by Damagom since last year. And the secretary, both of them are just doing hanky-panky. They're doing tumbo with PDP. And that's supposed to be a major party. And just some two set of persons just sit back and begin to play football on the head of PDP leadership. And the way they are going about it, I like the way Bala Mohammed is trying to move this whole thing very quietly. Now, this whole thing is coming from the home side of Samuel. And the court case is quite clear. You can't be holding two positions. And I'm so surprised that they allowed it to stay up till now. And that's the same Samuel that Ikenga gave his full support when it was time for them to, he bought Imo State governorship form. The person of Ihedioha said he doesn't want to contest. Obviously, there must be some things he saw. He stepped aside. Samuel Anyanwu said he's going to contest. The likes of Ikenga gave his full support, said, I will make you win. All I want you to do is stay strong. And to the amazement of Ikenga, Samuel just woke up and just said, he's no more contesting, and he wields every of his power to. So, all of that, on the party.
No wonder Ikenga is going after him seriously, because if you check up like this, you're going to see it took our time to lambast them and talked about the issue of secret romance between
APC.
These two leadership leaders with APC, that unfortunately, because of being given a land in Abuja and some money being squeezed into their hand when they went for a meeting in London, they are trying to make sure that PDP is nothing to write home about, even till 2028, and it must, or 2027, it must be stopped.
That now depends totally on the leadership of PDP. If one man or the interest of one man will override the constitution of PDP, it's now left for them to come out of this whole thing and navigate it properly.
Wow, that's quite serious. That's what we'd like to leave in. Let's meet in our conversation and talk more on this. What's your standpoint, considering the fact that a key organ in PDP has given their own position in respect to the court order vacating Samuel Anyanwu as the national secretary of the party?